Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Time with Johnson. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the second down throw on target. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second down, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Love. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Well, they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Love underneath for Johnson. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
On the ready. Mike 50. Protein spill. Get one. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Rock it. They go.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Right here. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
2nd and 4. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Deebo Samuel, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Running from the gun, Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Love. He finds his man, Johnson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. A running play on 1st down will get 4 up to the 29. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
They'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This complete to Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, sometimes it doesn't appear like much. The out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn it.
Ready? 15, run.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Look at me. Go. Hard. Kill. Watch the safety cream.
Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They just destroy me.
Eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
My mind is highly rated. And they getting there quick.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On the ground, this is Johnson. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Back to throw. Love. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes
Man, this
Brian Burns in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Wow. Just let my team get sacked at will.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Complete to Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
64,
now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like, wow.
Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort, because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer. Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Leo!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Hey, orbit.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Denver offense at the line, ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, about them drafting multiple
Stephon Diggs all the way home for a Broncos score. Stephon Diggs, 82 yards, and the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if you want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense.
Go, go. Hey, Sam off.
Mike's 50.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Hey, exit.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, they created a big run. Now Balaj. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Ready. 15. X3. 218. Top.
Exactly.
Hey.
It was Blake's.
On 2nd down, Hill And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Yep.
And again this time to the tailback. He'll get the first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
We play to win. Let's go. Mike 54.
2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber.
Got the screen. Say. Watch out. Check 52. He's coming. Double up.
Go out.
What?
Check the backer.
Hey.
Come to think of it, have I heard him talk?
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And that is caught for the 2 points. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
No. Tighten up. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
25. Check 25. Hey, look at me. Door. Check 13. Now.
They run it with Balazs. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check Mike. Hard. Watch the slash. Go.
Switch. 36. Hit it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mike 54. Here we go. Check it out, Reed. Hey, watch it. Check.
Now a handoff looking right.
Check. Lucky.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Isaac Nada, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he knew he was going to take a shot in the pocket. He did, but he also found a way to get it into the end zone.
And that has to ease the pain a little bit of the shot he took, didn't it? Being able to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Throwing again. Love. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check Mike now. Line 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Under 10. Under 10. Ready?
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pilot, 64. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Leo. Lee Griffin.
They'll run here with Balaj. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, Zoo. General West. Hey, Sam off. Guard. Get it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's Samuel, caught left side. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Jones has it. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Rock it. Watch the shot. Fair. Check 37. Go. I got him. He's mine. Right there. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
Look, squeeze. Look at me. Door. Hard. Out. Look at me.
They're going to look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Up here playing this, man. What's going on with this? Y'all come for practice. Hopefully, this is the last year I can.
Yeah.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use
Yeah, hopefully I can get something. I ain't won nothing all year. I ain't came close to winning nothing. Can you hear me? Yeah, I ain't came
They're in
close.
some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, Sam off. Undercrush.
Back to throw here. And look at this.
Yes.
They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over. Now the
I'm
doors
telling
open
you,
for the opposition.
you gotta know this plays on there. The computer can't stop. You ain't got them plays, you in for
Gotta
a
be
game.
careful, and sometimes you
Some
can be
people
so
know them
careful
plays, so they
that
kill
you
the
end up running
computer.
yourself into an
They
error.
want them constantly making
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Back to throw. Love. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Love. Oh, nearly picked. Yeah, maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Love under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he can vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Show me all kind of
So an
stuff.
interesting
Man,
call
we doing
there to take the
everything.
3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Here it is, the man
He
taking
was right
the
about
snaps under
that.
center, heading out for the next
He was
possession.
right about that.
He comes out on the heels of an interception
I
he
want to
threw
go
last
to bed.
time they
Like,
had
I
the
don't
ball.
remember
And
nothing.
you know, the quarterbacks that I know, they're the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me, that's my bad, but let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Gone. Hey. Motion.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. He'll have a first down past the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
I do too. I don't know how you going to do that. I've seen that. Because unless they just going to try to have the power of 5 do it.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And then, man, I didn't pay attention. There's a lot of NFL players.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game. That's a penalty.
My man, I just seen the corner from
It's one that
Buffalo.
drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
And they say people was criticizing. How can you criticize that man for wanting to take care of his family? I think he said his mother-in-law passed from or somebody you know.
Again, it's Balaj. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
First down, and it's Hill again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Like that.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Who can you talk to?
Check 15, check 15. He's coming. We got look,
Sweep, now.
And he'll
Cardi
get it
with
here
Tom.
as running back. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard line there, and it sets him up for first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
I was looking at them. They loaded.
Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And then I was watching my man,
Well,
Harold didn't play.
They are firmly in control right now, but
Somebody else, they loaded though.
I've got to be careful.
They don't
with that.
win it.
Well, it's a
Like if
two-score
LeBron
game.
do
You're
win, I
inside
don't
of 2
want to hit
minutes. I
nothing.
think you can breathe relatively easily
Because the
now.
Clippers
You
always
can,
they got
but
the best
still,
team in the
gotta stay
NBA.
vigilant. Can't give up
Okay.
anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Yeah.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone's talking about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
To throw on third down. Love. He's got Evans. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking to throw. Love. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing on first down. Love. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
On first down, Love. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Operating from the gun. Love under pressure again, and down he goes again. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Jaguars, the wins keep coming as this one.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
She's glad. She said, I know it'd be good. And she said you told her. Oh, yeah, I did.
Is LeBron playing?
Here's a lighter, you know.
Who was that?
I had to open this window. Is there a lighter? This one in the bathroom. Where? This one in the bathroom. The bathroom?
What?
Are these Macintosh? No. We don't want these Macintosh.
What?
Bathroom? Huh? Mine. Me and Karen.
Nah, I ain't peeped, huh? Since all that cover, man, I'm telling you, like ESPN, I don't watch it. I don't, you know, I used to have